We're here with a small kid. Do you think he can throw this ball to our large bad? Yeah, got it. I'll do it with my hands. And she's never thrown it before. There it is, a great spiral. And you're our winner of the week. We're going to give you a textbook that you desperately need, but only because you threw this. Oh, thanks. I need that textbook. Back to the game. We don't care about these kids. And the score 9-31. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs here with the ball. Croblin splits it to the back. Dimmer on the push. Pushing through down and away is Camden. Camden's, that's his 53rd of the night. Oh, that's Jones with Wirfs. And they've been absolutely a powerhouse together, pushing for 4 running yards off of 72 in the top. And he's got a mask because there's a pandemic here. You know, it's just these kinds of circles that are exactly why we watch the Super Bowl. People in circles. We love to see it. And that's exactly what this has all been about. Lining up, splitting at the back, 4 down to 3, 87, pushing through, and he falls down because he lost his balance. An absolutely great play from Creamden, who has been pushing for yards even though he doesn't like using that mouth guard. He says it makes his teeth look a little bit too funny. And we're looking here for a real big push from the Bucks. The Bucks are only up by 22 points, so they really need to make this one count with exactly 12 minutes left in the fourth. You get a clap there from Blabden. Blabden's been in the front row his whole life. He loves the spotlight, but what he loves more than that is slamming his body into another man's body, which is why he took the role of center in the Super Bowl. Now we got a snap way back here from Damshin. He's coming in with a real pusher. He's absolutely going down, and those two men kind of sandwiched him together in a way that you love to see on the big screen. That's Jones 2. He started with Jones 1, but he upgraded his name to Jones 2 because he thought it wasn't Jones enough for him to say. Another circle up here. We're going to see some men with their arms on other men in a way that you absolutely love to see on the big screen. You know, a real show of strength here and heroism from the team.
That's absolutely right, Johnny. You know, we've seen people like this stand in circles, but we never see it on quite this kind of a stage. Men in circles lining up to throw things in one direction.
Johnny standing absolutely far back as he's going to go through, jimping down and falling on the line. That line stands for something, but we're not exactly sure what. It's a kind of a demarcation of distance is what I'm being told by my higher-ups. He's smiling, having a great time out here as his stuff jiggles around. He doesn't even care that that mouth guard is absolutely spewing spit in the middle of a pandemic. Another circle here from the guys as they really get together to discuss what's going to happen. A clap demarcates the end of the discussion, and we're back on the goes. Getting down on the floor is Gabley. Gabley's had an absolutely terrific game. He's pushing 5 for 5 in this one. And on the 30, we're going to see what kind of stuff they're made out of. Dropping back, it's Carbley on the side, pushing like an absolute roller coaster, falls down and is covered by a cloud of men. It's the kind of thing we all paid to see, but not what we expected here, as a little bit of an argument starts pushing these men towards the back. 76 is being told to cool off because he's on so much human growth hormone, he can hardly tell his neck from his ears. Pushing him away, Smith is going to the side. He's going to say, I'm sorry about that, because he made a little bit of a commotion, but he doesn't mind, because this sport is built on masculinity. With a red face, it's number 66, the hair absolutely flowing out of the back of his helmet here. And we're going to see what they're going to do from here. I'm very spaced out. He's almost running out of the screen there. A nice pitch, dip it, roll, and scum as he falls on an orange line that was created by a computer screen. You know, 84's been great. He's taller than a mountain, and he has 2 legs. And you love to see that in the game of football. There's nothing, punch the air, says this man. You absolutely love to see Kay Arians here tonight. Kay Arians is one of the oldest ones to play the game. She was a quarterback for the Tennessee Grambers back in 1902 when there were women and men allowed, and she was an absolute force to be reckoned with. This man has glasses on top of an absolute insane kind of a mask. And here we have a cross pitch hatch. They're coming up the play, snapping it to Grammy. 24 on the yards. Oh, and he's down at the 71 for 3. Just inside of the Foudinet line. He's smiling. He knows that that's a great play. As we're going to watch what we just saw again, but a little slower with some yellow circles on the screen. This is what I want my spaghetti to look like later. Nice and straight, but a little al dente. Coming to the right, there's 28. He gets pushed by 4 men in a pretty uncomfortable way, but that really is the name of the game. The one thing I love about the Buccaneers is they have a little bit of pirate on their head, and I've always said that the game could use a little bit more pirating. So if you're not watching this illegally, please consider doing so. Not sure what happened in that play. A lot of people fell on the ground very fast, and to be quite frank, I wasn't paying attention. You know, he's got his hands on his neck, and that's exactly how we all feel, folks. It's the middle of a pandemic, and we're watching the Super Bowl from what may be our final resting place. Spooking it back, it's Johnny with the hand signals. Dip up and dip down, he says, but there's nothing wrong with that. Another circle here, but the Reds are not going to go in a circle. They are not a fan of the circle formation. They like standing with their hands inside of their neck. Jobby pushing the ball and snaps it back to Gardel. Gardel running back slips it all the way to the corner, and it's Teebly. Oh, and Teebly is pulled down, and he says, "No way, Jose." And it's absolute chaos here on the field. You know, that's 97's greatest run. We've seen him do a lot, but 87, absolute chaos here out in the field. From all of us here at Channel 3 News, I'm Karts Chaos.